Yeah, this is the astrology consultant, and I'm here in Porto having a great time. Been here for a month now, enjoying my time in Porto. I'm just gonna keep it real today with you guys because I feel like there's all this and that about astrology and stuff, and when you've been doing it for so long, you can see like different things about astrology, and people want to talk about like dark sides of different star signs and stuff, and what are their dark sides, for example. Yeah. And the dark side of all the signs are there. There is no doubt about it. Obviously, being a professional, which I am, to truly see things in the dark side is deeper than just a sun sign. Do you know what I mean? A sun sign is just like an element. It's just like a material, one material to a whole building. That's the way I would look at it. It's not the building, as some people see astrology as like their sun sign as everything, and it doesn't work like that. But there is no doubt negatives and positives about every individual sun sign, and they can come to light in people's reality. Honestly, they can. So, situation where I'm gonna just discuss a few things about the negatives and positives. Well, basically, I want to talk about the dark side. Forget the positives, because everybody knows them. I'm going to talk about the negatives. Yeah. And when you think about Aries, right? Like people, they're selfish. Like you can get a really selfish Aries, like where they only like I've met a few. I used to have a friend who was an Aries, and he just year after year he just became selfish, where he didn't care what he did to people or anyone. He just cared about himself completely, and I don't think he has a lot of friends now. I don't think he does anything successful now because of that attitude. And it's a negative element of Aries, that selfishness, when they are naturally selfish, don't get me wrong, but there's a limit to it. There's a limit to it, and not caring about other people, not thinking about anyone else, just thinking about purely yourself and only yourself. Nah, that's wrong. Taurus. I think Tauruses can be, the word I would use is shiesty. And a lot of people may not know what that means. It's basically a sly. It's basically plotting secretly without your awareness of it. Like it's just they're very like, because they're so reliable and so trustworthy in many ways. That shiesty, if they are shiesty, you've come across a shiesty Taurus, I'm telling you, you won't see it coming. Most of the time, you will not see it coming because they hide that very well. Sorry, I'm just smoking a cigar. I do smoke cigars from time to time. It's just bad habit or good habit, I don't know, but I like it. So yeah, shiesty is Taurus, Gemini, I'm a Gemini. I know Geminis. And Geminis can be very, the word is, because they're so clever, they know how to not just manipulate, but they know how to, they know if they want to like really finesse you, if they want to really trick you, if they want to really confuse you, they can. They really want to. They can. And I'm not saying that they will do, but they all have the ability to do, because they are all very, very much see things on the mental plane. They see everything. So but most Geminis aren't like that, but they do have tendencies to be like that in different aspects of Gemini's lives. Different aspects of Gemini's life. Let's say it's career, relationship, friendship, family, whatever. There may be one of those that this comes out. Do you know what I mean? This characteristic can come out. Cancer. Cancer are very, very, the dark side of Cancer, because they're so emotionally intelligent, they know how to, they know exactly what to say to hurt you the most. They know exactly what to say. They know your weaknesses and your strengths because they can feel all your emotions. And if they want to really destroy you completely, they can. And that is in all senses of all aspects. You know, financially, if they want to destroy you, mentally, emotionally, like they just know your weakness, because you have to understand Cancer is about defense. It's about, you know, looking at the crab, right? Cancer is ruled by the crab. The crab has a shell. The shell is its defense. They know about defense. They know about security. And for them to know about security, they know about your insecurity. They know naturally, it's just how they operate. They just intuitive, emotionally intelligent like that. So, situation where they can break you like that. Leo. Leo is a difficult one. Because they're in their heart, they always think they're doing good, you see. But I think with Leo, I think they can hurt. They can hurt you the most. Like they can hurt you because I think their willpower is so strong that they won't stop until they feel that they've hurt you. And I know that sounds like a bit of a Scorpio thing, but Leo, because it's like, you know, it's ferocious. You know, it's they can be ferocious and temperamental and stuff like that. They can be. I'm not saying they are. So they can if they feel like you've hurt them or whatever in their mind, in their heart, whatever, they will make sure that they will hurt you way more. In some senses, you know. Virgo, they're just I think Virgos are they're a bit sly. They're a bit conniving, a bit sly, you know, because you know, when they make a move, you're never gonna know a move that they're gonna make. You know, if they're gonna do something to you or against you, it's gonna come across as if they didn't do anything, but they know what they're doing, but they're just gonna come across as if they've done nothing wrong. That's what they are like. On their dark side, you know, you will feel like, is this person really serious? The way they're acting as if they've done nothing wrong, but they know they have, but they will never accept it, and they will play it off as if they've not done anything wrong. And that's the worst part about it. It's like they're innocent. They always believe that they're completely innocent in what they do. That's the dark side of Virgo. They don't think they can. They always think they're innocent, and it's really frustrating dealing with people like that because they can never admit they're wrong. And that's another thing. Another thing about them, they can never admit they're wrong. It's really a tough situation. I think Libras. I think they are the natural, they're naturally flirtatious, naturally charming, naturally, like when it comes to the relationships, and if they're unhappy, or, you know, I'm not talking about, obviously this is not all of them, by the way. This is just when they're in their dark mood. If they're unhappy, they feel like they can do what they like in terms of infidelity, basically. They feel like they can do what they like. They feel no way about it. Because they feel like, because obviously Libra rules, you know, they're all about justice and stuff. So it's like an opposite side to them where they know they're doing some injustice, and they feel like it's fine because they feel like they've been they feel like they've been injustice. They felt unjust in the relationship, so they feel like they can do what they want. That's how they operate. When they're in their dark moments, that's how they feel. That's how they operate. Scorpio is just vengeful. Like, you know, if you get Scorpio who, you know, is really dark, and they all kind of have this thing about them, don't get me wrong, but the ones who are really dark are never going to let it go for life until they get you back. I mean, it's a lifetime thing for them. They will very, very vengeful. They will do what it takes to make sure that you feel the pain that they felt, if not more. Very vengeful, and they will not forgive you. They will never forgive you. I mean, that's just a general Scorpio thing, but they will never forgive you, and they will find out how to hurt you the most. Like, literally the most. And that can be physical, emotional, financial, it doesn't matter. They're very dark like that. They also, you know, are suicidal. Not suicidal, I wouldn't use that word, but they have suicidal thoughts. You know, when they're in their bad moments, have suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. So, you know, obviously, if you know Scorpios who are like that, then, you know, you need to be there for them. Sagittarius is like, I mean, sometimes it's a thing where I would say not caring is something, but I think it's more when they're completely reckless. A completely reckless Sagittarius is a danger to himself more than anyone else, or herself, you know, when they're just in reckless mode. That is a dangerous mode, like, because they do have this risk-taking tendency, don't get me wrong, but when they're in actually reckless mode, just, yeah, they're in a dark place when they're like that. It's a dark place for Sagittarius, because you know they're positive people, and sometimes they don't show that. They don't like to show how if they feel negative. They hide. They don't feel like, you know, sharing emotions and talking about their own stuff going on. So sometimes it comes out in reckless nature and reckless mentality. So yeah, that's Sagittarius for you. Capricorn, and I'm just doing this off the top of my head, by the way. Like, I don't really make notes and things like that. Sagittarius, I would say, Capricorn. I would say Capricorn, I mean, they truly become depressed. Like, they become depressed. Like, yeah, they can be like, every sign can be like get people back and stuff, but they actually can become depressed. They are one of those signs that it does hit them hard, very hard, depression. So, you know, that's, and I don't think they like to affect other people as well. They don't like to, because there's so much about how people see them. They won't want to affect other people with the burden of that depression. So that's why it's even more harder for them. Then you've got Aquarius. Aquarius can just be pure bastards or bitches. Like, the people that are pure bastards and bitches, like, are normally Aquarius. They, you know, they can be your best friend, you know, or they can be a fucking bastard to you, you know. It's really one or the other. They don't really, I mean, obviously they are people oriented, don't get me wrong, but if they're in their dark moments, they're just, and they can very much, just disappear. They can completely disappear. Like you thought you had someone you knew very well, and then they completely disappeared on you, like vanished. That's what they can do. It's gone. And then Pisces. Pisces. I think Pisces are capable of. It's a difficult one with them because they're capable of a lot of things. But I think like the one thing I would say, like, you know, when they lose their compassion, when they lose their, you know, Pisces that doesn't have any compassion, it's fucking absolutely scary. It's a scary person. They are scary people. Those types of Pisces, it's just when they're just selfish and like it's scary because their selfishness, it destroys people, because they just like they're water signs, so they understand your mind and stuff like that, and they understand. They're intuitive. They can smell, you know, weakness. They can smell strength. They know who to choose. They will know if you're a target for whatever reason. If you're that target, they're gonna get you. If they have no compassion, but most of them have compassion. But if they have no compassion, it's very scary. It's just a scary type of animal. Scary type of animal, and that is included in all fields. People think I'm just talking about like some sort of intimidation or some sort of bullying, but it can be a parent not caring about their child. It can literally be that. It can be, you know, a manager completely destroying people below him, destroying them consistently over and over again, demoralizing them, demoralizing, knowing that they're demoralizing and enjoying it. No compassion. That's a scary, trust me. It's scary because the reason why they understand compassion, the reason why Pisces understands compassion, because they understand human nature. So they know how to do it. So yeah, you know, these signs all have dark sides, and everybody has a dark side, you know. And you know, it's a situation where it's highlighted even in your birth chart. You can see where the dark side is, even if it's not in your sun sign. You have a dark side where how we operate in certain things. I would say check the Lilith moon, what house that's in. That can give you some sort of indication, but there's many other things that you can see, and as you see how it is connected in terms of what planet is in what house and in what basically what planet is in what house and what sign that planet is in as well. That can really, you can, depending on how many planets as well, you can see it. But you know, it's part of life. Without the sun, there is no moon. Without the cold, there is no hot. So these things have to exist in life. Things coexist, you know. And it's a law. Everything you can only have the bad. You can only have good because of bad. Good would not exist if bad did not exist. Do you understand? So don't try to think that just because it's bad, it's like the worst thing in the world. It's just something that is there to be, the bad is there to be balanced out. That's what it is. Anyway. I'm the astrology consultant. I'm in Porto, having a great time. Hope everybody is having a great evening. Take care.